Talofa lava and welcome to Samoa. We've come here to the Tanoa Tusitala Hotel, one of the nice hotels in Apia, the capital of Samoa, just for a few days break on a tropical island. And we're looking forward to it very much.
So this was all a mystery to me. Ross was taking me on a mystery trip, and this is where we've ended up, in Samoa.
Samoa is made up of two main islands, Savaii and Upolu. It has a total population of about 200,000, and the capital is Apia, which is where we're staying. The Tanoa Tusitala is set in beautiful, beautiful grounds, lots of lovely tropical foliage everywhere. And the pool's a great place to cool down on a hot day, even though the water really is quite warm. Pretty impressive carving, isn't it, out of one piece of wood. The Tanoa Tusitala gives you a nice breakfast by the pool. And the rooms are very spacious and comfortable. And it's so nice to have air conditioning because it's quite hot here in Samoa.
Oh yes, this is a nice place.
They give you lovely food here at the Tanoa Tusitala. Nice.
It's good value as well.
And they have a Fair night once a week, which is pretty special. And here's downtown Apia, busy, bustling place. Here's the main mall. This is the clock tower. And they've even got a McDonald's. This is the westernmost McDonald's in the world. Over there's the main bus station. They have real colourful buses, don't they? And this one is a bus of grace that tells us that God is good. And here we have Aggie Gray's, the most famous hotel in Samoa. Aggie Gray married an Englishman and they set up a business here, initially selling food and then becoming a hotel. This building is now a Sheraton, and it's not the original Aggie Gray's. It's been here since the 1980s. There are dogs absolutely everywhere, and they're fearless. And here's the big produce market where everybody brings their fruit and vegetables to sell. Just so much lovely stuff. Look at that. Most important are the coconuts. And very popular over there is the flea market. Lots of lovely stuff again at the flea market. Look at that. The church is very, very important in Samoa. Almost everybody belongs to a church, and there are multiple churches in every village. This is the Catholic Cathedral, and it's just beautiful inside, isn't it? Just lovely. And this is the information centre. Then over here is where they have a cultural village and do demonstrations of all the various cultural activities. Pretty special.
A little bit, make it tight.
That's the traditional food bowl, ma'ilo. And isn't it pretty hot?
So it's a plate, really,
Traditional plate called ma'ilo.
for your food.
Yes.
So the Samoans, we eat so much of this in our everyday diet. It actually makes us strong, it makes us healthy, it makes us sexy and good looking and good record players.
Preparing the umu for our lunch. It takes about 45 minutes, or the time to climb a tree, get the materials and make 3 of these baskets.
Now, the eyes are always slanted, and the mouth is flat, and it's right on top of the coconut. The reason why you got to be familiar with these points, because when you crack the coconut in 2 halves, you got to look at the line between the eyes and hit it there. You ready? Are you sure? This guy doesn't believe me. Close your eyes. The line between the eyes. Now see how it's cut straight? That's the whole idea why you hit it there first. It's been looks like it's been cut by a jigsaw. So what's in the coconut is coconut juice. What we're making here is coconut cream. So you gather all the grating in there, roll it up. Ready, ladies? Can you say the word pe'e? Yeah. Hiti maua.
Traditional carving.
What are you making? A carver bowl.
They love the carver. The bowls are always made out of one piece of wood, and this is a carver bowl, ava bowl, and this one is for food. Amazingly skillful to carve that out of one piece of wood.
The reason why these 2 villages were able to maintain the skills, because that's what... Okay, now after separating the bark from the wood, now what Becca's doing now is rolling the material. The whole idea was she rolls it is to get the curve out of it. It's much easier for her to work with the material when it is flat. And then the next step, this is where Becca's going to split the material. More like separating the inner part from the outer part.
What we're seeing here is the making of the tapa cloth.
That's that expression there. Usually when the Samoans do that sound, it's more like to show excitement. It's like,
Yeah, it's like cloth now.
These are all small pieces like that added together to make whatever the width or the length that you need. Now the only time that you see us Samoans wearing this, if we have like, you know, a sacred ceremonial, like, you know, a big funeral of a chief, or like, you know, somebody bestowing a chief title, or like a big grand opening of a big structure or a church, then you see a lot of our orators or talking chiefs wearing it.
And here's our umu. This is for the umu.
So we've just had this experience of Samoa, which is to celebrate the Samoan culture, which is all about respect, about sacredness, about the joy of living, about expressing how you're feeling through your whole body, and also the wonderful crafts that they do. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Today we're going on an island tour with Henry Mapusaga from Enes Samoan Tours. We're going to have a look around the island of Upolu. Starting in Apia, go down and see Robert Louis Stevenson's home, then down to the bottom coast here and have some swimming and see some waterfalls, go right along to the end, then back to the Tosua Ocean Trench, and then back home to Apia. Should be a great day.
Welcome to Apia. This is our village in Samoa, and thank you so much for enjoying this.
Okay, the building behind us is?
This is the high chief.
Okay, and then here, these little...
This is the little valley you can be using for meetings.
Meetings, okay.
Samoa traditional meeting every day, or especially on Saturday for the cover ceremony for the high chief.
And what about your houses? Where are they?
There's all the back there.
At the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a typical village. There's the High Chief's Fale. The blue areas are for meetings and the houses are behind. And the field is for playing rugby. This is the village swimming pool. This is Henry's house. Where he lives with his wife and children, and they don't need a dryer. They just send the kids up on the roof, put the clothes up there, and they're dry in a flash.
And I guess if there's a wind, they end up on the neighbour's roof and you end up in your neighbour's clothes maybe.
So in a village there's lots of community areas where the people can gather, and of course the church, which is central in every village. A lovely thing in Samoa is how they have the graves of their grandparents and their family close by to their house. The other important buildings in a village are the school. Kids go to school at about 7:30 and finish at 2:30 because of the heat. And of course, there's another church. So many churches, even more than one in each village.
Okay, okay, that's the head of the garage. There's gonna be doing some cooking.
Dinner tonight.
Dinner time.
Head of the cow. And now we're at Robert Louis Stevenson's house. Going to have a look inside. There he is. He was born in 1850 and died in 1894, so he's only 44 years old, and he wrote quite a number of books while he was here in the last 4.5 years of his life while he was in Samoa. This is a first edition of Treasure Island, which apparently he wrote first when he was 13 years old. And there's Kidnapped. This is his library and his bedroom. Robert Louis Stevenson's wife was Fanny, and this particular dress is called the Great White Dress, which Samoans admired very much. This was her room here in the house. He had a dark side and a light side, and this painting is to reflect that, the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of Robert Louis Stevenson. He's buried at the top of the hill way up there. About an hour's walk to get up there, so we won't be doing that today. Robert Louis Stevenson was just 44 years old when he died. His Samoan name was Tusitala, which means the teller of tales. And it's lovely to come here and visit this place which commemorates him in such a lovely way. Reading his books has affected so many of us, and it's nice that he's remembered here in Samoa. Samoa was formed from volcanoes, all of the Samoan islands, and as a result there are very high mountainous areas, and with high rainfall and thunderstorms often in the afternoon, you get these lovely waterfalls. So this is the Papa Itai waterfall. Isn't it special? So everybody grows their own fruit and sells it on the side of the road. What have you got there?
I got some fresh banana. This is a finger banana, is a sweet one in Samoa. I got some fresh coconut. This is the best coconut. You can have it. It's a baby coconut. You can taste it. It's a beautiful taste of the juice inside.
Now we're going to have our first swim under a waterfall. Samoa's a pretty hot place, so this should be good, eh?
Yeah, we're going to hop into the freshwater pool.
What a nice place for a swim. I'll try and swim over under the waterfall. What a fabulous place. So refreshing. In 2009 they had a terrible tsunami here in Samoa, and you can still see they're rebuilding parts of their community. This is interesting because they have so many dogs here, they have to put their rubbish up high off the ground. Samoa is very much at risk of the elements with tsunamis and cyclones. This is a result of the cyclone that occurred this year in February. Big rock slide. Fish and chips for lunch, right beside the sea. Isn't that beautiful? Lovely coral sands, the reef out there. Now we're going to Tosua, the reef trench, where in days gone by a volcano lava system created these big tubes. Then the roof fell in, leaving these two holes, and we're going to be able to go down and have a swim in the lava tube which has been filled up by the sea. The one that the sea went into is over there, and it's connected by a cave to this one. This is the one that the sea has filled in, You have to go on the ladder there to get down.
So how many old ladies do you think have fallen off there? Hopefully not one today.
This is definitely not something you do every day, I tell you. What a legend, eh? Right, you did it. Well done. Pretty good. That was lovely, eh?
Oh yeah. Pleased to be up though.
Yeah, look at that. Wonderful.
Just if you do 2 hands, 2 feet.
Well, going for a swim down there in the Tosua Trench, one of life's real good moments. Next is the Sopuanga Falls, which put through the most water. That's because they're part of the dam system that provides Samoa's power. And Sopuanga is famous because of Lima Sopuanga, who came from this village. He's a New Zealand rugby player. Now we're at the Methodist Training College, and at the back of the college there's a lovely cave pool. So yet another swimming opportunity. We're here right beside the sea, and here's this pool which goes into a cave over there, going in under the church. She's off to church, under the church, into the cave. Nice.
This is amazing. It's so blue down in there. It's a cave.
Thank you for coming today. This is a lovely day for you. This is my small business in Samoa. I'll spare my lovely island for you guys. Thank you so much for enjoying, and I hope all the best you stay in Samoa. This is a paradise.
That was an awesome day, one of our best tours ever. Enes was wonderful tour guide, and we enjoyed all the swimming, quite proud of ourselves going down that trench, and all the beautiful sights of Samoa, the beaches and the foliage and the people. What a wonderful thing to do. So our 5 days in Samoa are over. We've really enjoyed this break, and it is such a beautiful place to be, and the countryside is so gorgeous and the people are so friendly, and every aspect of the cultural side of Samoa that we got to appreciate we really enjoyed. So I'd recommend a short break to Samoa.
Yes, we sure have had a lovely time on our short break in Samoa. This is a fantastic place to visit. The Tanoa Tusitala is ideal because it's close to town. People are lovely, the culture's lovely, the scenery's lovely, and it all goes to make for a really wonderful holiday. So thank you, Samoa. Whawhatai, we've enjoyed coming to stay with you.